In the heart of Tokyo, a young couple, Haruto and Aika Saito, had just moved into a small but charming apartment in Shinjuku. They were newlyweds, married for a little over a year, and their life together was just beginning. They met in college, and their shared love for art and literature drew them together, creating a bond that felt inseparable. But as they embarked on their married life, Haruto's demanding job in a prestigious finance company began to shape their relationship in ways neither of them had anticipated. Haruto was ambitious, always chasing the next promotion, the next opportunity, or the next project. He left their apartment before dawn and often returned long after dark, exhausted and tense from the pressures of his work. Aika, who had been working part-time as a graphic designer, found herself alone most days, wandering the city or spending her afternoons in quiet coffee shops, sketching, hoping that one day her artwork might be noticed. The days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The city's buzzing streets and endless neon lights couldn't fill the quiet emptiness growing in their home. Aika started to feel that, though Haruto was physically there, his mind was always somewhere else. The man she had fallen in love with seemed to have vanished, replaced by someone who was often lost in thought, eyes glazed from fatigue and stress. One evening, after another long day, Haruto returned home to find Aika waiting for him at the dining table. She had prepared his favorite meal, tonkatsu with a side of miso soup, in an attempt to recreate the magic of their earlier days. She watched as he entered, removed his coat, and sat down, his expression weary. "How was work?" she asked gently, handing him a bowl of rice. "Busy," he replied curtly, barely looking up from his food. She tried to spark conversation, telling him about a new design project she was working on, but he only responded with nods and brief murmurs, his attention elsewhere. Eventually, silence fell between them, filling the room like an uninvited guest. Aika began to feel as though she was living with a stranger. She would wait for him every evening, hoping for a moment of connection, a sign that he still cared, that he was still the man she had married. But every night was the same, brief, disconnected conversations, and the inevitable silence that followed. One day, while wandering around Ueno Park, Aika saw a young couple holding hands, laughing and talking as if they were in their own little world. She couldn't remember the last time she and Haruto had shared such a moment. Watching them filled her with a sense of longing, a pang of sadness that she couldn't shake. She missed the warmth of his presence, the laughter they used to share, the little moments that once felt so precious. Back home, she decided to confront him. That night, as Haruto entered, she took a deep breath and said, "Haruto, can we talk?" He looked at her, surprised by the intensity in her eyes. "What's wrong?" he asked, his voice softening slightly. "I miss you," she said, her voice trembling. "You're here, but you're not really here."